you know that there's an ulterior motive, and because you're not giving them what they want, they just turn their back on you or insult you, like in front of your face they're one way, and then behind your back they're saying crap. It's like, that's not really a friend. That's somebody with ulterior motives. I highly dislike friend groups. I'm gonna come out and say this. I posted a shorts about this and I said I wasn't really gonna elaborate, or I don't like elaborating too much, but I'm gonna do it in this video. There's always something within the friend groups. There's rivalry, there's competition, there's people leaving one of their friends out and not including them in things. I've been on different ends of this, actually. I've been on the end of feeling like the one that's left out. I've been on the end of feeling connected more to one person. You guys know that story maybe. When I was younger, I had a friend group. Let's call one of the girls Karen and the other Stacy. So I was like best friends with Karen, and I felt closer to Karen, but then sometimes Karen and Stacy would hang out. But it was usually me and Karen that felt something kind of like weird with Stacy, and then Stacy had her own friends. It just didn't work well. Like, I worked better more with like one-on-one friends, and then family friends, they kind of wanted to do other things, and sometimes they would talk amongst themselves because of, I think they like hung out another time and I wasn't there, and I was just kind of sitting there almost falling asleep because I couldn't relate to any of it. And I had an online friend group. I thought we were all friends, but at the end of the day, I realized that I wasn't valued the way that I thought I was, and there was an agenda and an ulterior motive there. So, you know, as you know, I left, and that was the one that E was involved in. Sorry, editing Alyssa's gonna butt in a few times here. I saw this and a series of these videos that I wanted to address, because I'm not the kind of person to just walk away or to remove myself just for the fun of it, just because I want to be vindictive or just because I'm trying to be rude. There's always a good reason. In fact, you'll see in this video, if I haven't said it yet, that I've been way too understanding of people's situations, and way too understanding and forgiving, that now when I do take a stand and I feel guilty about it, I just remind myself there's a reason this happened. This didn't have to happen. People make choices. People choose to say certain things. People choose to turn against you. I feel disrespected. I feel like there was an agenda there, and that I hear things, you know, like I like, that's why I also like to document proof of things before people try to deny things and try to act like nothing happened. Like, I have proof. People will turn around and play dumb, like they never did anything, or act like you're the crazy one that wants attention. It's like, so then what's this? Not saying people can't change, but some people will never really understand or realize why they lost the friends they did. And you could say that E and I were the villains. E and I were the problematic ones. We just saw the truth. And when you know the truth about something, you gotta get away, right? Because there's no point in being in situations, in friend groups that you're being talked about, and you know that there's an ulterior motive, and because you're not giving them what they want, they just turn their back on you, or they kind of like get rude with you and like insult you, like in front of your face they're one way, and then behind your back they're saying crap. It's like, that's not really a friend. That's somebody with ulterior motives. And maybe I'm the dumb for giving people the benefit of the doubt or wanting to see the good in them. And, you know, I'm not really like that as much anymore. I have less tolerance and patience for people. Did I see this coming? Did I not see this coming? I don't know. But point is, you screwed up, and this is why you lost your friends. Okay, I'm not actually this sassy. It's for the video. So that was done. Even E, he said in his kind of circle of who he knows, he also feels kind of like the odd one out, or he can't say certain things. So this is kind of like a history of these things happening. And I realized that friend groups are not for me. I feel as though if I get put in a friend group, whether there's girls, guys, it doesn't matter, I'm always gonna feel left out. I don't want anybody to feel left out, but naturally sometimes you gravitate towards one person or maybe a few people, who, depending how many, but you don't want to make the other ones feel left out. Like, I remember when I was in this friend group with E, like, because this was the most recent one, I was trying to talk to everybody, but at the end of the day, I started feeling like something was kind of going, like something was off, and then obviously the truth came out. I was trying to be fair, you know what I'm trying to say, but unfortunately, when there is a friend group, especially when one of them or two of them are like of the other gender, they might naturally, like, people might gravitate more towards them, and they might be the center of like who gets talked about. It's kind of uncomfortable too, right? So with friend groups, you got to be very careful. And I think in order for a friend group to work out, you have to be like with mature, like-minded people. Because if you're with people with all these different personalities and they're immature and they like drama, of course crap's gonna go wrong there, because eventually someone's gonna get bored and they're gonna start drama, and they're gonna start turning against each other, or trying to turn people against each other, right? And ultimately that's going to happen. Also, they say who we keep around say a lot about us, and sometimes there's a lot of toxicity in friend groups, and they don't hold each other accountable, and they continue the same pattern. They're just like attracting each other somehow. They're not holding each other accountable. They don't see a problem with what they're doing, right? So That's just how I feel. If it's cousins, which I don't have like a friend group within cousins, but if it's cousins or siblings, it's a bit different. You guys are family. You guys can like fix things. You guys can get along. But when it's friends, whether they're in person, online, doesn't matter. Something's going to go wrong. And I'm sorry if this sounds extreme or pessimistic or whatever, but something is going to go wrong at some point. Someone's going to feel left out. Someone's going to feel alone. Someone's going to be talked about. Something's going to go wrong. Because unless you're very, very mature, because how many times does this crap happen? Let me know in the comments. How many times does this happen? And it's frustrating. It's like you feel like out of place, you know? I've always felt out of place in groups of friends. Like I'm just there kind of observing everybody and waiting for crap to go wrong, because that's what always happens. Like it's not that I want things to go wrong and I want drama, but it always happens, especially from a young age, because people are immature as heck and they don't consider the people around them. When that whole friend group, the recent one, dismantled and I kind of like, blocked, whatever, I was like, Ian and I are going to be considered the villains. I'm sure, like, we're going to be the ones that, went behind people's backs and things like that, but that's not the truth, right? We know that's not the truth. We heard things that weren't right. We have evidence of things, right? Like when you see things firsthand, you're not going to start, because this is the problem, right? I used to dismiss crap and downplay things all my life. Oh, it's okay, they're going through things. No, not anymore, because if I can go through stuff and not treat you like that, why can't you do the same for me? That means we don't think the same, right? And yeah, I'm being bold. I don't care who the heck is triggered by me saying this. I don't go out here and start taking things out on people or using what I'm going through as an excuse to harass people, make fun of people, bother them. There's so many other coping mechanisms you could do. There's so many other things you could do to feel better. This isn't necessary to try to bring other people down with you. It's not necessary. Think of them too. I've kept this in for way too long. I'm gonna say it. I want to be around people who are self-aware and socially aware. That's all. You think in terms of lashing out and taking things out on people and using people as entertainment, whether you're making fun of them or talking about them. I don't see it like that. I'm not a perfect human, but if you're going through stuff or you need something from someone, talk to them directly. Don't make them the whole clown, the clown of the freaking circuit, clown of the friend group, or like people say, don't clown on them, right? Just talk like mature adults. And I realized that wasn't gonna happen, so we made this decision, and I don't really care. We're better off like this, because people's personalities and their values really show in friend groups. You can really tell what their values are. Is it to make sure other people are okay? Is it to make everybody feel included? How do they see things? How do they act? And friend groups are a big test of that, because it tests loyalty, patience, how close or how much you'll have somebody's back. Will you turn against them because half of your friend group did? You have to find compromise, you really have to find compromise, but friend groups really do show who people are. And again, in my experience, it just didn't go right. They don't usually go right, and I don't feel comfortable in them. I don't. Doesn't matter if it's 3 people, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, I don't care. I don't feel comfortable in them. I mean, I would say if there are like 20 people, you can kind of hide a little bit more, like be more in the shadows, but if it's like 3, 4, obviously you're gonna be more there, your presence is going to be felt more. But I don't know, I think friend groups are chaotic. There's friend groups within friend groups as well. If they get too big, they're not really for me anymore. There's always something with them. That's just my hot take, whatever you want to call it. So what do you guys think down below? Have you guys had issues with friend groups, or do you guys feel the same way? Let me know, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.